Welcome to Via Travelers, the boutique travel channel where we turn your wanderlust into an adventure to remember. Your old friend James is back to join you on a journey to a land where the ground breathes, water dances, and colours blend in ways you've never imagined. Welcome to Yellowstone National Park. Found at a wild intersection of Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho, Mother Nature puts on a spectacular show at Yellowstone. With over 10,000 geothermal wonders, this park is a hotspot of hot springs and gushing geysers. Geysers? Geysers? I'm pretty sure I had this crisis of confidence last time we were at Yellowstone. Whatever, I'm sticking with geysers, lest I start attracting a bunch of cockney wide boys or grumpy old farts to this channel. And with so many geysers to see, you might want to know which ones are the crown jewels. Well, that's what we're here to uncover. So lace up your boots, and let's set off on the trails to discover the 5 best geysers and hot springs in Yellowstone. First, we honour the legendary Old Faithful, the king of all things hot spring and the patriarch of geothermal reliability. Steadfast in its eruptions every 50 to 120 minutes, Old Faithful rockets boiling water up to a breathtaking 184 feet skyward. And if you're wondering about the science as you watch this majestic column of steam and water rise, let's pause and consider the incredible geology beneath our feet. It's all about the underground plumbing. You see, deep within the earth, hidden chambers of magma heat the subterranean water. Under immense pressure, this superheated water seeks escape, rushing upwards through cracks and fissures, until, presto, it erupts into the open air. And here's another fascinating fact. Did you know that Old Faithful wasn't always as punctual as it is today? Geological events can alter its timetable, a reminder that while nature is consistent, it's never static. Next, we marvel at the grand Prismatic spring in the Midway Geyser Basin. This marvellous hot spring is a natural kaleidoscope when it spurts. Spanning 370 feet in diameter, Grand Prismatic is a vibrant canvas painted by nature itself and a must-see for the photographically inclined. But these stunning colours aren't just for show. They're the signature of tiny heat-loving organisms that flourish in this otherworldly habitat. And while we're here, immersed in this rainbow of geothermal activity, let's delve into the science of this spectacle. The colours you see range from the deep blue of the water's centre, signifying its hottest point, to the green, yellow and orange hues of the microbial mats, changing with the seasons like leaves of an aspen. It's a masterpiece that only life and the earth can paint together. Now cast your eyes upon Castle Geyser, an ancient fortress of mineral deposits standing guard in the upper geyser basin. When Castle erupts, jets of steaming water are shot up to 90 feet into the air with terrifying force. But beyond its explosive temper, it's the silent strength of Castle's sinter cone, built over centuries, that's the centerpiece. It genuinely does resemble a dilapidated old fort, or castle if you will. Much like the rings of a tree trunk, each layer of the cone is a page in Yellowstone's geothermal diary, telling stories of eruptions past. And while you're here, listen for the geyser's post-eruption whispers, a phase where it breathes steam for hours, like a dragon resting after a post-dinner belch. Moving from the upper to the lower geyser basin, we find ourselves before the Great Fountain Geyser. Unlike its more predictable kin, the Great Fountain plays hard to get, with enormous eruptions as high as 250 feet that come with very little warning. Yet those who wait are rewarded with a symphony of water and light, especially during the golden hours of dawn and dusk. A delicate balance of heat, water and pressure culminates in an utterly breathtaking display. With the sun's last rays catching each droplet, this geyser becomes a conduit for a sunny day's fiery farewell. Our final destination is the Norris Geyser Basin, home to the mighty Steamboat Geyser. As the world's tallest active geyser, Steamboat's eruptions are among Yellowstone's most impressive natural fireworks. with columns of water reaching up to an astonishing 400 feet. While there are more frequent squirts of about 12 feet, the big bouts are a rarer spectacle altogether. Steamboat follows no schedule, with its major blasts occurring days or even years apart. And while you gaze agog at Steamboat's might, it's truly humbling to realise that we're witnessing one of the planet's most forceful expressions of geothermal energy. The power beneath us is vast, with Yellowstone being something of a whistle on a kettle coming to boil. And though Steamboat doesn't erupt on cue, the anticipation is part of the allure. The reward, when it comes, is nothing short of phenomenal. As we wrap up our expedition through the steaming grounds of Yellowstone, we're reminded that our planet is in its own way a living, breathing entity, each geyser and hot spring a pulse point for Mother Earth. From Old Faithful's timely eruptions to the grand Prismatic's radiant display, these thermal marvels are a must-see for anyone drawn to nature's extraordinary phenomena. And while this is the end of our tour, the journey doesn't stop here. If this virtual voyage moved you, I invite you to like, subscribe, and ring that bell to join us on future adventures with VIA Travelers. This is James reminding you the world is full of wonders waiting to be explored. Stay curious, keep exploring, and share the beauty you find. And don't try and swim in any of these, or you will absolutely effing die.